Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today we are looking at the Kreetcha from Wave 16. It's a Ferengi Decora class, big shock. It has base stats of 3 attack, 1 agility, 4 hull, 3 shields, and gives us 2 tech, 1 weapon, and 1 crew. The named ability is when attacking a ship that has damage shields during the modify attack dice step, you may reroll a number of your attack dice up to the number of the defending ship's damaged shields. Now, unfortunately, there's no official term as damaged shields, but the safe assumption is that it's the number of shields that the ship you're targeting no longer has. So it's their starting shield value minus their current shield value equals their damaged shield value, and that would include disabled shields in their current shield value. So it's another built-in target lock, kind of like the Kraken. I like it. I think I like the Kraken's version more, but the Kraken's an action. This is not. I want the Kreetcha to not be the first ship that attacks in a round, so low captain skill, here we come. The maneuver dial is the same as every other Ferengi ship. 2 white turns, 3 red turns, the reverse one. It's okay, and we'll take it. 90 forward firing arc, not what we love to see, but again, we make do. The generic, we lose that tech slot, so we're left with 1 tech, 1 weapon, 1 crew, and of course we lose the shield, but 22 points, down to 20 for a generic. It's a decent ship. 6 durability, 3 attack for 20 points. We can live, right? If you really want to make it happen, this is a swarm ship. You can take 3 of these and 3 fighters, and that's 120 points. Moving on to captains. We get Bractor. Skill 4, 1 talent slot, 3 points. When attacking a ship that has an auxiliary power token beside it, gain 1 attack die. I really like it. With the prevalence of EM Pulse, with the prevalence of mirror ships doing auxiliary power shenanigans, and a lot of other cards that involve auxiliary power in different ways, Bractor is a legitimate captain to take. He's a bit underrated, but I think he could see some play. So, Bractor, worth consideration. Our other captain in this pack is Tar, skill 3, no talent slot, 2 points. At the start of the combat phase, if your ship is in the forward firing arc of an enemy ship, and you do not have a battle stations token, you may place a battle station token beside your ship. Well, finally, Ferengi get battle stations. Tar is really good for 2 points. Yeah, he's only skill 3, and that will hurt him over the course of the game. But as a backup captain, as a low captain, as an officer exchange candidate, he is very playable. Cross-faction, I love Tar. 3 points to get a battle station every round. This is brilliant. Wow, I'm excited about a Ferengi captain, and this is the first one I've actually been excited about. So let's give Tar some credit here. Alright, upgrade time. First up, we've got Acquisition. It's a talent, 4 points. Action, discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 2 that is not cloaked, has no active shields. Steal 1 non-Borg tech or weapon upgrade of your choice on the target ship, even if the upgrade exceeds your ship's restrictions. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Ferengi ship with a Ferengi captain or lore. Alright, Acquisition, action, discard, steal, I'll take it. You want to steal Energy Dissipator? Have fun. You want to steal multi-adaptive shields? You can do that. I think Acquisition is a great card in the environment that we're seeing right now with defense cancellation and so many other things that we've got going on, that it is very worthwhile, and it is a card I am hearing absolutely no one talk about. So stealing is vitally important to this game. Remember it, start using it. Our other elite talent is Marauder. It is 2 points, unique. After you move, you may disable this card to perform a battle station's action as a free action. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Ferengi ship with a Ferengi captain or lore. Marauder is pretty good. You can do it every turn because you can move, disable, do a battle station's action, and then as your main action you can re-enable Marauder. So essentially this says, hey, for 2 points you can do a battle station's action. It's pretty good. Is it absolutely amazing? No, I think I'd rather have Tar. But if I want 2 of my ships to do it, then I like Marauder. I like Marauder on the Kreetcha. I like Marauder on Box Marauder. Plus it's just fun. So Marauder is a very useful talent at 2 points. I think you can fit it into a lot of things. And if you want to go cross-faction, the options are very wide in terms of cloaking, in terms of all the factions that want it, especially Borg, because lore opens it up to anything. And yeah, what's not to like here? Our crew is Tactical Officer, the Ferengi version, 4 points, non-unique. At the end of the activation phase, if you are in the forward firing arc of an enemy ship, you may discard this card to immediately perform a 3 or 4 straight maneuver. You cannot attack on the round you use this ability. No ship may be equipped with more than 1 tactical officer upgrade. This kind of tactical officer. You can have other tactical officers. It makes sense that the Ferengi tactical officer is a coward. And it's pretty funny. This card is all about position. If you are in an objective-based scenario where you need to move a bunch, then this card is great. If you are in a race to a destination, this card is great. Now this says you have to be in their arc. They don't have to be in your arc. So, pretty good. Now the downside is, it does say forward firing arc of the enemy ship, so no effect against Borg, which, really, WizKids, we can't make this card work against Borg. You had to say forward firing arc, you couldn't say firing arc. Just a nitpick there. Tactical officer is really pricey. So, scenario play, but for the right OP, could be playable. I just haven't found it yet. So, we'll come back to it, but there's a use for it somewhere. For weapons, we get more missile launchers. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, go listen to the Kreetcha review. But missile launchers, pretty cool. We also get photon torpedoes, but hey, they're photon torpedoes, and they don't do anything cool. Not worth it. Now, we get a whole bunch of tech. And I'll start with the one tech that we don't care about, and that's EM Pulse, because that's in the Kreetcha, so go watch that. And then come back to this video. Good, you're back. So, now we have the Ferengi Probe. And that says, if there is a scan token beside your ship, you may disable this card to double your range combat bonuses. So, 2 extra attack dice at range 1, or 2 extra defense dice at range 3. Pretty cool. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Ferengi ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1 Ferengi probe. Not a bad little upgrade. And it doesn't get rid of your scan token, you just have to have one. I like it better in cross-faction play, because you have better access to scan tokens, but if you want it in Shipyard or Fleetpure, this is definitely still a good card. It works well on the Kreetcha or the Kreetcha because of their ship abilities, so scan is not a bad action for them to be taking anyways, and they're going to make things hit. So less defense for your opponent is not a bad thing at all. So give Ferengi Probe a try. And our last card in this pack is Maximum Shields. 4 points. Action. Discard this card to place 2 additional shield tokens beside your ship. When taking damage this round, remove these tokens first. You cannot attack this round. If either or both of these tokens are unused, discard them during the end phase. Well, I don't like that it's a discard, and if you don't take damage, you have spent an action and 4 points for nothing. I would like it if the shields went on your ship, and they stayed on your ship. That would have been a cool card. However, it is what it is. So how do we utilize this? Well, if you have a card like Core, cross-faction, and you can take 2 actions, Martok, you can have some extra durability. If you know that you're the only ship that can get shot at, maybe you're the last ship on the board, maybe you're the only ship in range, then again, this is worthwhile. I think this is a card that sees a lot more play in missions, because that's where you're typically in a 1-on-1 situation, or a 2-on-1, or a 2-on-2, rather than the organized play events where it's 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever. It's an interesting concept. 2 extra durability, better than an evade token. So I'll take it. But I don't love the card. So overall, the Kreetcha. I like the pack. Really interesting captain abilities. Intriguing ship ability. Very useful upgrades. And I like their strategic choices for reprints. Missile launchers and EM Pulse are very good cards that are worth having multiples of. So this pack did a lot for the Ferengi faction, and it did a lot for overall gameplay if you mix and match. And that's really cool. Like, there's nothing not to like here. Yeah, some of these cards are situational. Some of them are best used in the missions, and even then they may not be great. But they can be. They can find homes. Tactical Officer is laughable, but it's not terrible, right? There's a place for extra movement. It reminds me of Jedzia Dax from the Defiant, and that's a card that I don't like whatsoever. But that's about timing. That's an action. Tactical Officer is at the end phase, or into the activation after everybody moves. And that's a better time to take an extra move. So, yeah, what I'm saying is, if you haven't taken a look at the Kreetcha, maybe take a look at it. If you've written off the Ferengi, I think you should go back and give them another look, because they have something to offer. And I'm still not 100% sure what that is. Right? They only have 3 ships. The Kraken, the Kreetcha, Box Marauder. Quark's Treasure is their 4th. And typically once a faction gets 4 ships, it is playable. Once it gets a 5th, it becomes highly intriguing. Ferengi became highly intriguing to me when they got their 3rd ship. And that is the same way I felt about Mirror. And Mirror is starting to be a very good faction. So, I don't know. I don't fully know what the future holds for the Ferengi, but I want to find out. So that's why I went back to back on videos for Ferengi, and I know that's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but sometimes I just have to do something a little self-serving, and I wanted to sit here and talk about Ferengi. And there's something for that. There's always a reason behind what I'm doing. I get excited by different combinations and things to throw out. And I'm not sitting here with any great Ferengi build going, hey, I've got this. This is the key to Ferengi success. Because I don't. Maybe it's the Wandering In videos and watching them have a Ferengi antagonist and being surrounded by Ferengi and going, oh, hey, that would be fun. Maybe it's just me having some wishful thinking. But Ferengi are interesting. And, of course, they have Quark from the Deep Space Nine pack, which is always a crew that is going to make life interesting. Because he can smuggle something. And depending on how a venue rules it, he could smuggle anything under purity rules. Or maybe not. But he should be able to smuggle something under purity. Anyways, the Kreetcha, interesting ship. Worth flying, actually, because it gives you battle stations. And once you have battle stations, you have quality. And once you have quality, you have a worthwhile ship. So yeah, I hope I've given you a reason to take a look at this ship. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.